Good morning. Welcome to a public hearing for the Muncie Recovery Lease Agreement. Today is November 18th. It is roughly 9:05 a.m. Is there anybody from the public that wishes to comment?
Yes, Rick Yenser, newsman and author. Talking to people with Muncie Recovery, and they do business, I think, as Indiana Treatment Centers. I think this is a good fit for Delaware County. A couple reasons. Local providers have kind of pulled out of the mental health and addiction treatment and prevention business here lately. So we need to bring in some new people. And of course, what I like about this deal is that government finally gets paid. Unlike other providers here that are not for profit and they don't pay property taxes. I think too, it will free up a new source of money because as I remember the commissioner said some time ago that you were going to probably use opioid settlement money to operate this mental health facility next to the jail. I think that needs to go to prevention and treatment programs, unlike what the city did of giving it to public safety because they could. And I've heard talk or hear locally that maybe the county wants to give it to criminal justice. The Addiction Coalition, Delaware County, you need to work with them and they will tell you what prevention and treatment programs deserve that money and actually help people with mental ailments, addiction, even homelessness. So I hope you listen because the public doesn't seem to ever care. They don't show up to meetings. They don't say anything. But I, in talking to others, know that that addiction problem, along with mental health, needs to be handled, not just by government, but by the providers here too of healthcare. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Anyone else here to speak? All right, hearing none, I'd entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Second?
Motion by Dan, second by Jessica. Roll call, please.
Ms. Flanagan.
Yes.
Ms. Hughes.
Yes.
Ms. Mokel.
Yes.
Ms. Bookout.
Yes.
Ms. Piper.
Yes.
Ms. Cantz.
Yes.
Ms. Wyatt.
Yes. Thank you. Kyle, do you need a moment? All right. We'll go right into our regular scheduled meeting. So I'll call the meeting to order this November 18th, 2025. I'm roughly 9:10 a.m. now. If everybody would stand for a moment of respect in memory of Corporal Reynolds, I'd appreciate it, please. Alrighty, thank you. If you'd stay standing, Jeff, would you do the pledge, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Jeff. Roll call, please.
Ms. Bookout.
Present.
Ms. Flanagan.
Present.
Mr. Mokel.
Yes.
Mr. Hughes.
Here.
Mr. Cantz.
Present.
Ms. Piper.
Here.
Ms. Wyatt.
Present.
Ms. Freeman. Here.
Thank you. Was the agenda posted properly?
Yes.
All right. You have the agenda in front of you, and it has been adjusted slightly. The elected officials and department heads were moved higher on our agenda.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Jessica, second by Dan. Roll call.
Ms. Flanagan.
Yes.
Mr. Hughes.
Yes.
Mr. Mokel.
Yes.
Ms. Bookout.
Yes.
Ms. Piper.
Yes.
Mr. Cantz.
Yes.
Mr. Wyatt.
Yes. All right, moving on to our tabled business. We have the minutes from our September meeting.
I'll move to approve.
All second.
I guess move from the table.
Yes.
Motion is to remove from the table. Motion by Jessica, second by Dan. Roll call, please.
Ms. Flanagan.
Yes.
Mr. Hughes.
Yes.
Mr. Mokel.
Yes.
Mr. Bookout.
Yes.
Ms. Piper.
Yes.
Mr. Cantz.
Yes.
Mr. Whitehead.
Yes.
Move to approve the meetings for the September 23rd meeting.
Second?
Motion to approve the September minutes by Dan, a second by Jessica. Is there any comments, questions, discussions? Thank you for correcting them, Marissa. Roll call, please.
Mr. Flanagan.
Yes.
Mr. Hughes.
Yes.
Mr. Mokel.
Yes.
Mr. Bookout.
Yes.
Ms. Piper.
Yes.
Mr. Cantz.
Yes.
Mr. Whitehead.
Yes. Thank you. Moving on to the October council meeting minutes.
I'll move to approve the October 28th council meeting minutes.
I will second.
Motion by Jessica, second by Dan.
Ms. Flanagan.
Wait a second. Comments, questions, or corrections? Hearing none. Roll call, please.
Mr. Flanagan.
Yes.
Mr. Hughes.
Yes.
Mr. Mokel.
Yes.
Mr. Bookout.
Yes.
Ms. Piper.
Yes.
Mr. Cantz.
Yes.
Mr. Whitehead.
Yes. Thank you, Ed. Moving on to elected officials and department heads. The reason this was moved up higher on the agenda was Extension had reached out and requested to be early on the meeting's timeframe here. However, they have now had a conflict where they could not make it. So they will try to attend another meeting to give us their update. But while we're on elected officials and department heads, are there any other elected officials, department heads would like to speak now? Did they get up to speak or did they?
I think so.
Okay.
Morning, Council. Jeff Stanley with the Sheriff's Office. I just want to say thank you on behalf of Sheriff Skinner, myself, and the deputies and the Reynolds family. This past week has been very tragic for the Sheriff's Office, and the council, the commissioners, and the community have gone out of their way to pay respects and to give us what we need to make the funeral for the Reynolds family a successful one. So the public viewing for the funeral is this Friday at Chapel Church there on on Nebo and River
Great-
Road.
Great
And then the
Baptist.
service.
Great Baptist.
Baptist, yes, thank you. And then the actual service will be at Delta High School on Saturday at 10 a.m. for the public. So we just want to say thank you for everything that you guys have done for us.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, Jeff.
Real quick, just to reiterate on Jeff's point, so I sent an email to all the elected officials in the county and in the city that the service on Saturdays at 10. Please arrive early if you're going to be in attendance. It's expected to be extremely busy, and elected officials will be sat prior to the meeting. So, just to reiterate to anybody who hadn't seen that email.
Thank you, Matt.
Gavin Green, Delaware County Coroner. Just want to give the monthly update. As of this morning at 2 a.m., we had our 613th call for the coroner's office. So that means we're averaging about 56 calls a month, which means that we are projected to have about 668 calls for the coroner's office. I can report back. Mr. Cantz was questioning about the referrals from the hospital. Those have started to go down. I had a couple conversations with a couple charge nurses to make sure that they're reading their SOPs, to make sure that they're not being overburdening our departments. And so from the ED to the ICU to the progressive care, I've tried to help out and try to reduce those. So
Thanks,
question?
Kevin.
thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Gavin.
you.
Morning, Council. Stephen Brand, Delaware County Commissioner's Office. Just a reminder to the council and to all employees that open enrollment is today and for about the next month for benefits. People should be receiving emails and or text messages. You can self-serve by using the links that are included in those, or you can see Human Resources. McGriff has been here doing some informational meetings. They've done them at the jail. They've done them here, and they're trying to support everybody on their timeline, on their turf. So just a reminder that that's going on right now.
Commissioner Brand, real quick, could you also reiterate what happened at the commissioner meeting relative to the 24 pays?
Yesterday, yeah, so a couple commissioner meetings ago, there was the updated benefits grid where the premiums are determined. It was approved at 26 pay because currently this year there's 27 pay, next year's going to 26 pay, so we did it for 26 pay. After we did that, the auditor's office came back and said, hey, we only deduct this 24 times a year. So that lines up with the billing from from Apex currently or McGriff in the future. So yesterday we revised the 26 pay to a 24 pay.
Thank you.
Yep.
Good, Matt?
Yep.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other elected officials or department heads? All right, hearing none, we'll move on to our transfer and appropriation agenda. Elizabeth?
Starting off in County General, 145 jail, 156-101 correctional officer, negative 4,700. 198-101 part-time, positive 4,700, total transfer 0.
Move to approve?
Second?
Motion by Jessica, second by Dan. Any questions for Jeff? I assume you're here representing jail, Jeff? Are there any questions? All right, hearing none, roll call.
Ms. Flanagan.
Yes.
Ms. Hughes.
Yes.
Ms. Piper.
Yes.
Mr. Mokel.
Yes.
Mr. Bookout.
Yes.
Mr. Cantz.
Yes.
Mr. Wyatt.
Yes. Thank you, Jeff, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Moving on, Elizabeth.
139 public defender, 149-101 public defender, negative 1,158. 150-101 public defendant, negative 1,926. 173 health insurance, positive 3,084, total transfer 0.
Move to approve?
Second?
Motion by Jessica, second by Dan. Questions or comments?
I assume that 150-101 should also read public defender, not public defendant.
Yeah, I think
Yes,
so.
I think that was a typo.
Are we ever going to get on track for this health insurance?
Yes, after the beginning of the year.
Further questions, comments? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Ms. Flanagan.
Yes.
Ms. Hughes.
Yes,
Ms. Piper.
Yes.
Mr. Mokel.
Yes.
Mr. Bookout.
Yes.
Mr. Cantz.
Yes.
Mr. Wyatt.
Yes.
Thank you.
Elizabeth?
138 courts, 311 contractual services, negative 1,676. 536 equipment, positive 1,676, total transfer 0.
Move to approve?
Second?
Motion by Jessica, second by Dan. Comments or questions?
Emily Anderson, Court Administrator. I gave you a copy of the quote. This is for security cameras at juvenile court. This is part of their upgrade that they're doing. And they needed security cameras in a couple of places that were not installed with the original court. So YOC got me the quote. They're going to install it at their, like, they're not charging for the installation. So that is just for the purchase of the equipment. Obviously, I need to take it out of contractual services and put it into equipment. So that's what this is, just moving that money.
Questions or comments from council? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Ms. Flanagan.
Yes.
Ms. Hughes.
yes,
Ms. Piper.
Yes.
Mr. Mokel.
Yes.
Mr. Bookout.
Yes.
Mr. Cantz.
Yes.
Mr. Wyatt.
Yes. Thank you. Moving on, Elizabeth.
133 coroner, 311 contractual services, negative 15,000. 220 operating supplies, positive 15,000, total transfer 0.
Move to approve?
Second?
Motion by Jessica, second by Dan. Comments or questions?
Yeah, Gavin, do you want to go ahead and explain this one? Because
Yeah.
I didn't send out notes on this after finance, so.
Yeah, Gavin Green, Delaware County Coroner. We have, we'll be giving back approximately $70,000 out of autopsies that we haven't needed to use, but we would like to transfer 15 out of contractual services autopsies into our operating to purchase some end of the year supplies. And those would be additional shelving or additional body bags that we'd like to buy. And then we'd also like to get, and Commissioner Brand can speak on this, all of our chairs in our conference room that we have all of our families sit in when we talk to them. 2 of them have broken wheels that you almost fall out of. And then also in the light of The event from last Wednesday, luckily EMS had a flag at their downtown station to give Corporal Reynolds. But the coroner's office, because we deal with death and we're there, we'd like to supply every single ambulance with a commercial size flag in this event, that they have one that everybody is stocked to make sure we give our respect to all of our officers and all of our veterans. So we're just moving money from one line item to another. We just need your guys' approval.
Washing machine?
No. Body bags, no.
Questions or comments for Gavin? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Flanagan.
Yes.
Mr. Hughes.
Yes.
Ms. Piper.
Yes.
Mr. Mokel.
Yes.
Mr. Bookout.
Yes.
Mr. Cantz.
Yes.
Mr. Wyatt.
Yes. Thank you, Gavin.
Thank you.
All right, moving on, Elizabeth.
Outside of county general, 2100 adult user fee. 155-101 probation officer, positive 574. 173 health insurance, negative 3,280. 174 disability insurance, positive $6. 310 professional services, positive 2,700. Total transfer 0.
Move to approve.
Second?
Motion by Jessica, second by Dan. Comments or questions?
Do you want me to explain any of that?
So the 574 for probation officer, what
Yeah.
is that, please?
So I also handed you a copy of the salary schedule. So according to the salary schedule, a probation officer that receives their master's degree, after 5 years of service, they receive a 5% increase in their salary. I was not aware that this probation officer was getting their master's degree, and her anniversary date was October 12th. That's when she hit her 5 years. So I did not have it budgeted. That will get us to the end of the year, and the next year I'll have to budget for next year at some point. So 5% increase for the rest of this year is that $574.
And what goes into your professional services, please?
That is for a grant that we receive every year for our probation kiosk. We receive it in the fall, but we never receive the funding until last year. We got it in February. So we have to cover those invoices, and each invoice is, I think, $13.50. And so this gets us through the end of the year, and I may have to come back and do this again. The next year I'll have to do a major transfer and transfer the funds back into our user fee from the grant. I did this last year as well. And that $6 is because insurance was not rated correctly, so I have to cover $6.
Further questions, comments?
And you had people leave, or is that why you have a credit?
No,
back?
our health insurance, we always kind of increased it by 10%. It's what we were always told to do in order to cover any increases. So we had money in there to cover the extra.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Shouldn't need to do that next year, right?
Unless rates increase or people get family and go from family to, if people move around, that's the only reason why we'd have to appropriate anything.
Further comments or questions? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Flanagan.
Yes.
Mr. Hughes.
Yes.
Ms. Piper.
Yes.
Mr. Mokel.
Yes.
Mr. Bookout.
Yes.
Mr. Cantz.
Yes.
Mr. Wyatt.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Elizabeth?
1200, 247 public defender supplemental, 240 other supplies, positive $51.33. 322 postage and freight, negative $266.33. 373 rental lease building, positive $215. Total transfer 0.
Move to approve.
Second?
Motion by Jessica, second by Dan.
What's your rental lease?
It's a storage unit we have, and our rates were increased in the middle of the year this year.
Okay. I think we had that discussion already once, didn't we?
Other questions or comments?
Tell me again why we have the rental on this lease. I mean, don't we have enough space in the counties? We have got rent space.
We have our I'm sorry, Shelley Harvey, Public Defender's Office. We have files that we have to keep. We're more electronic now, but the files from the past are kept for X amount of years. Their appeals, their PCR petitions, those all have to be passed and dead. So we have a unit completely full of file cabinets and boxes of files. When a public defender has left our employee, they literally, we quit taking their boxes back from them, but they would literally bring carloads of boxes back to us of their files that were dead. We do not have the resources to go through and clean out files that could be, I think we would still need the storage unit, but it is it's going to be a massive undertaking to try to eliminate the files that are in our storage facility.
So where is this storage facility?
It is out on Granville, which was pretty much, when we were downtown, it was convenient, but it's a Storage Express on Granville heading toward like the mall area. Thank you, Granville and Streeter.
Did you want to address something?
I just wanted to comment.
Okay. I guess I still don't understand. How many of these storage units do we have?
One.
And I don't understand why.
That's for the public defenders. The clerk's office has a storage, trailer or whatever they call it, I think, as well. So, yeah, there's more than just the public defenders.
But we don't have any other room in the county for the storage.
That's probably left to be determined.
I will tell you that the clerk has files in our maintenance area that is not up to standard that they're having to fix right now. And so we have no storage out there.
No storage in the jail.
No. We fought over storage when we moved in there. And so all the clerk files that came from here down there is in the maintenance area, which was built out and not built out correctly. So now they're under the gun fixing that. And then the storage container that was bought by the clerk is on site out in the back part of the parking lot, behind the building, which is a storage container.
So I guess my last question would be, how are you running this for $215?
It went from $140 a month to $195 a month. So during the middle of the year,
So this is an overage.
Yeah. I'm sorry?
This is an overage.
Correct. Yes, they raised our rates, so I had to move money into that supplemental account to pay for the unit the rest of the year. These files used to be kept underneath Accutech. And when Accutech bought the building, because it was community corrections and we were in the basement and in a cage. And when Accutech bought the building, they gave us very little time to get our things moved out. So we got the storage unit, and community corrections helped move everything from the cage to the storage unit because we were under the gun. We had to get someplace to put these files. And at that point, we were still here at this Justice Center, and there was absolutely no place in that Justice Center to put a room full of files, basically. And we even have a file room in our office out at the Justice Center for the most recent files. I go to the storage unit actually quite often when a defendant wants to file a post-conviction relief petition or the state public defender wants to file it on their behalf. I go to the storage unit and go through file cabinets and boxes to try to find files for the people who are in prison that want access to their documents.
I want to ask, and you can wish me luck on, but how much square footage are you talking about?
It's the typical size 15 by
30 probably,
15 by
20.
20. And it has filing cabinets that line 3 walls and then go down the center. And then on top of the filing cabinets are banker's boxes full of files.
I guess, thinking, is there a way you could make a couple containers work, or would that be cost effective?
I think I could make maybe one container work.
Well, I mean, the big ones they're a little bit 8.5 or 8 foot wide, 40 foot long is a big one. And then they come in 8 foot and change.
And I think,
On high.
when Rick bought his, I think it was like $5,000.
And that's why I was wondering if it could be cost effective.
And well, especially since, and I am going to contact the storage facility. When I contacted the company that owns it and said, you know, we were not notified that our rates were going up. And they said, why don't you contact your local, this has just been in the last 3 weeks. Why don't you contact your local office and see if they'll give you guys a break, because the money is automatic every month for them. They don't have to chase us down for the money or anything like that. So I'm hoping maybe they'll give us a break. So I would have to do the math as far as storage,
Could you
as the,
maybe look into that and work with commissioners and whoever, I assume it's Commissioner Brown out there, not the sheriffs, but maybe
Sure.
look into
Now,
that in all your
the-
spare time.
this does come out of our supplemental funds. It's
Yeah.
not out of county
No, that's-
general, so.
Still.
Yeah, yeah, we toyed around with that, our chief public defender and I, and our board.
Okay.
Back to the transfer in front of us. Any other questions?
Gavin, want to comment on it, or?
Gavin Green, Delaware County Coroner. We went to get a quote to Mr. Mokel's, why we have a storage facility. We have a whole entire office, the coroner's office does, that has files. We went to get a quote to have those all digitized so we could give that space back to the county building. And that cost was $782,000. So, and that was the same company that was currently doing the scanning for the recorder's office. And while they were on site, I said, this would be a great time to get a deal. If you're already here, just come across the hall. And they gave us that quote. And I said, yep, that office is just fine with that paper. So the $200 a month, because I tried to look at the return on investment if we were to buy a Connex box or something, and that paper is just fine in that extra office over there. So I just wanted to give you kind of a lot of us are trying to go digitized, but also the cost, it's not cost effective to do that. So that's just what I wanted to make my comment about.
We could buy 3 scanners for that cost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Further questions regarding the transfer in front of us? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Flanagan.
Yes.
Mr. Hughes.
Yes.
Ms. Piper.
Yes.
Mr. Mokel.
Yes.
Mr. Bugap.
Yes.
Mr. Cantz. Yes. Mr. Wyatt.
Yes. Thank you. Moving on to appropriations. Elizabeth?
Outside of county general, 2502 pre-trial diversion, 198,101 part-time, 30,160, 171 FICA, 2,308, 173 health insurance, 1,400, 342 workers' compensation insurance, 376 for a total of 34,244.
Move to approve?
Second?
Motion by Jessica, second by Dan. Lisa, do you want to give us a little explanation on this, please?
Yes. Lisa Carr, Prosecutor's Office. We currently have a part-time person coming out of the lit budget that is covering for someone that is out for surgery right now. She's an experienced person. We did not budget anything out of county general or lit next year for part-time. We do have someone that's going to need maternity leave this year. The person I have right now is wonderful. She used to work in our office full-time. We don't want to lose her. So this is outside of county general. We would like to bring money in to pay her this year, or for next year. I spoke to the auditor's office. We can do a transfer now to get her through till the January council meeting. And then at that time, I'm not sure if it'll be a transfer and appropriation to, add her at that time. The FICA, and the workman's comp is part of that salary line. And the health insurance is a shortage that we have in our health insurance.
Questions or comments?
Do you think you have the health insurance problem solved for next year?
Yes,
I know we've had a lot of issues with that this year,
absolutely.
not just you.
Other questions or comments? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Ms. Flanagan.
Yes.
Mr. Hughes.
Yes.
Ms. Piper.
Yes.
Mr. Mokel.
Yes.
Mr. Bookout.
Yes.
Mr. Cantz.
Yes.
Mr. Wyatt.
Yes. I'd like to thank the prosecutor's office and the auditor's office for working on this to find a solution. Thank you all. Moving on, Elizabeth.
1,200, 247, public defender supplemental, 173 health insurance, 25,666 for a total of 25,666.
Move to approve?
Second?
Motion by Jessica, second by Dan. Questions? All right, hearing none, roll call, please.
Ms. Flanagan.
Yes.
Mr. Hughes.
Yes.
Ms. Piper.
Yes.
Mr. Mokel.
Yes.
Mr. Bookout.
Yes.
Mr. Cantz.
Yes.
Mr. Wyatt.
Yes,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Moving on, Elizabeth.
2505 jury fee, 390 other services and charges, 10,000 for a total of 10,000.
Move to approve?
Second?
Motion by Jessica, second by Dan. Comments or questions for Emily?
Just a brief explanation, please.
Sure. Emily Anderson, Court Administrator. If you remember at budget time, I gave back some of my money out of jury trial or jury fee out of the general budget saying, hey, our jury trials have kind of backed off a little bit. I'm starting to get a little worried just because our trials have been a roller coaster this year and they're kind of ramping back up, although we only have a month and a half left. We have 3 trials going this week, if that gives you an idea. So I just want to make sure I have enough. I have enough in my jury fee fund to cover. And that's why I reduced it in the main budget, because I knew I had money in my jury fee fund. So I'm just putting 10,000 in there just to make sure we have enough to cover through end of year.
Thank you.
Yep.
Further questions or comments? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Ms. Flanagan.
Yes.
Mr. Hughes.
Yes.
Ms. Piper.
Yes.
Mr. Mokel.
Yes.
Mr. Bookout.
Yes.
Mr. Cantz.
Yes.
Mr. Wyatt.
Yes,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Thank you. Moving on, Elizabeth.
1224 reassessment, 171 FICA, 922, 172 perf, 639, 173 health insurance, 2,336, 174 life insurance, 31 for a total of 3,928.
Move to approve?
Second?
Motion by Jessica, second by Dan. Any comments or questions? All right, hearing none, roll call, please.
Ms. Flanagan.
Yes.
Mr. Hughes.
Yes.
Ms. Piper.
Yes.
Mr. Mokel.
Yes.
Mr. Bookout.
Yes.
Mr. Cantz.
Yes.
Mr. Wyatt.
Yes,
Motion to approve financial transfers and to amend salary ordinance with like reductions.
Second?
motion by Jessica, second by Dan. Roll call.
Ms. Flanagan.
Yes.
Mr. Hughes.
Yes.
Mr. Mokel.
Yes.
Mr. Bookout.
Yes.
Ms. Piper.
Yes.
Mr. Cantz.
Yes.
Mr. Wyatt.
Yes. On the back side of your appropriations is the backfilling report.
Motion to receive the backfill report.
Second?
Motion by Matt, second by Dan. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Ms. Flanagan.
Yes.
Mr. Hughes.
Yes.
Mr. Mokel.
Yes.
Mr. Bookout.
Yes.
Ms. Piper.
Yes.
Mr. Cantz.
Yes.
Mr. Wyatt.
Yes. All right, moving on to ordinances and resolutions. The first one that is listed there is ordinance 2025-26 and is named, the name that I had at the time, Salary Ordinance Administration. And it currently reads, an ordinance fixing schedules of compensation and position for elected officials, appointed positions, and employees of Delaware County, Indiana for the calendar year beginning January 1, 2026 and ending December 31, 2026. I'd like to have council enter this in for first reading.
Motion for first reading?
I'll second.
Motion by Jessica, second by Dan. Do we have comments or questions?
You wanna talk?
Sure. Basically, this is just, outlined that, clarifying that the council is gonna be the one to approve. And the auditor's office will prepare all of the salary, information concerning the ordinance. So it's just clear stating what that would be and when it's supposed to take place.
And this follows Indiana code, correct?
Correct.
Bless you.
We got from the state board of accounts.
Sure. Any questions or comments currently?
So this is going to be, it's very brief, but ultimately, beginning, where we've been provided a compensation table, which is all of the roles of the county that are salaried or that are paid employees of the county. That'll be exhibit 1 of this ordinance, which just basically is a redundant, ordinance that stipulates this is what people are gonna get paid from our budget, which was already been approved.
Correct.
Yeah. We had not been doing this, I don't think, for the last couple of years, it sounds like, which we should have been doing. So, again, I think it is redundant, but ultimately that's what's required, so.
Now, will this, document need to be updated to the 24 pay?
When
No.
we go into 27, if the commissioners decide to go with 24 pay
Okay.
periods in 27,
Okay.
then we would make the adjustments at that point.
Right.
I just will piggyback what Matt said. It is redundant because all this information, if not already submitted through the budget, can be determined from the budget by state. So that's just my 2 cents on it.
Have the office holders and department heads had access to this to double check, make sure we haven't missed anybody?
Well, they have access, it came out of the budget, so they've had access to the budget, but not this actual document.
I would think maybe before we adopt it next month, maybe they ought to take that time to make sure.
There are extra copies, Tanya has extras there, so if you need an electronic copy, we can send those out.
Good, thank you.
Is this pulled straight from, PIP or
Open.
Yes,
OpenGov?
yes.
Okay.
Which is what we use for the budget, so it's the same data.
All right, further comments, questions? All right, roll call for introduction.
Ms. Flanagan.
Yes.
Mr. Hughes.
Yes.
Mr. Mokel.
Yes.
Mr. Bookout.
Yes.
Ms. Piper.
Yes.
Mr. Cant.
Yes.
Mr. Wyatt.
Yes. All right, we'll move on to ordinance 2025-25. An ordinance defining terms and establishing procedures for hiring and implementing salaries for county employees excluding the merit officers, and this is second reading.
I'll move to approve for second reading.
I'll second.
Hold
Oh.
on. Your next motion would be, your
That's
next
to
motion would
adopt.
be to adopt.
Okay, so hold on. Okay.
Would you like to amend your motion?
Yes, I'll amend that.
And I'll second the amendment, the motion.
Not good enough, Ben?
Yeah, I mean, just take a roll call on the motion to adopt and then you can have discussion.
All right, roll call on the motion to adopt.
Ms. Flanagan.
Yes.
Mr. Hughes.
No, I'm sorry. There's been a motion and a second. You'll have discussion and then you'll vote.
Then we'll adopt.
Okay,
I apologize.
all right.
What is it, Monday?
It
That's the
feels
right-
like
All right.
Monday.
So we have a motion to adopt by Jessica, a second by Dan. We do have 2 parts that were introduced last month. One was section 9, I believe, by Commissioner Brand, who spoke about it.
Yep.
Are
So
there- Sorry, I'll just ask, are there any comments or questions regarding that section?
No, there's been no change since that first reading. This is the adjustment to the part-time classification level, adjusting the pay rate, metric range from $12 to $20 per hour. So nothing has shifted for that. And then the other piece was section 7, which has been reset to what was in the ordinance at the last approval. So we've gone back. There's been no adjustments to section 7 at this time. Ed, myself, Councilman Whitehead, Josh from HR, maybe Commissioner Brand, will be meeting later today to review the salary ordinance in totality, because when I was going through this, there are other issues with things not being followed or being outlined in this ordinance that are not actually in practice. And so we were going to review that in more detail. But today, we would like to approve the part-time change just to, so that there's no issues with pay for part-time folks that they may be bringing on board.
So did everybody follow along with that? Section 7 is returned to what it was prior to introducing the edits. We're only discussing section 9. Comments or questions?
Section 7 goes back the way we used to do it, right?
Correct.
The backfilling procedure that was
And-
previously approved.
But we're not approving that today? Or we are?
That part of it?
Approving the change back to what it was, you mean?
Effectively, section 7 would remain unchanged. It's highlighted because it was highlighted previously, but that is the section 7 that was approved about a year ago when the backfilling procedure went in place, which was the last time section 7 has been amended. The amendments that
That's not what we're doing now, though.
We're only,
This says that it has to go to the finance committee before a vacancy is posted. We don't do that now.
Right, that's one adjustment that has to be made, but we need to update multiple other parts of that, and we are collectively working with the auditor and HR to get those corrected. Currently, it's not being followed the way that it's written, that is true. And there's other sections of this ordinance that it may also have issues like that, but we don't have the final language established yet.
Then is it ready for adoption? That's my question.
That's, go ahead,
I
Ben.
think his point was the copy that was printed includes the language with the finance committee, not the original language from previously. That had been previously adopted. I think that's his point. Your intent was to go back to the
Yes.
backfilling language that was
Yes,
approved about a
that's
year
what's not
ago.
here.
correct.
This version that was printed is the version that was introduced last month, not the version that I sent you that had the.
I didn't even look at it. I thought it was the exact one you sent me. I'm sorry. Well, then this is not correct.
I mean, you have the ability to edit, I mean, as much as you want today, so I think you could make clear with your vote that you're not changing section 7, and then before we sign the ordinance, we'll get
Get
the
it
correct
printed.
language in here.
So we are essentially approving only a change to section 9. That's
That
it.
was Mr. Kantz's position,
Correct.
yes.
Do you understand that, Bill?
I do, and I have no objection to change to section 9, but I really don't like going back to the way we backfill, requiring office holders and department heads to go to the finance committee before they post a position. That can mean 2 months that a position might be vacant.
Right, if we go back to the language, that is not in there.
Are you comfortable with that, Bill?
So my vote will be to approve the change to section 9.
I'm in agreement with that.
I think we all are. I'm not gonna speak for the rest of them.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
So do we need to amend the
I was
motion?
just gonna have to, we need to amend the motion so it specifically talks about section 9.
Just for abundance of caution and clarity,
Okay.
I would suggest that you make very clear that despite the copy in front of you containing the proposed changes from last month, that section 7 will not be amended. Only section 9 will be amended, and then we'll get the prior copy with section 7 without the amendments printed for final signature.
Yeah. And to be clear, the one that Ben had sent does not have that finance language in it, so we will have that adjusted.
So I do need to make that amendment. All right, then I will amend my motion to adopt with only changing section 9.
I will second. Just curious, should we mention that we are leaving section 7 alone for clarity or not?
Said only section 9.
Okay.
All right, so we have an amended motion. Is everybody comfortable with that?
Yes. So you will take a vote to approve the ordinance with only section 9 being adopted or being changed.
Correct. Roll call, please.
Mr. Flanagan.
Yes.
Mr. Hughes.
Yes.
Mr. Mokel.
Yes.
Mr. Bookout.
Yes.
Mr. Piper.
Yes.
Mr. Cantz.
Yes.
Mr. Whitehead.
Yes. Thank you, and Matt, we look forward to seeing what this committee brings about on the rest of it. All right, moving on to resolution 2025-25. Resolution of the Delaware County, Indiana County Council approving lease for real property pursuant to Indiana Code 36-1-11-C3C2.
Motion to approve.
A motion by Bill,
Second.
second by Dan. Comments or questions regarding the lease agreement?
One, just for clarification, county council, I've been advised by our attorney, is required to approve lease agreements when the dollar amount exceeds, was it 25,000?
It'd be annual payments that exceed 25,000 in any given year.
So that's the reason it's here. And this lease has already been approved by the commissioners, is that correct?
Yes, back in October.
Okay. I don't know who actually drafted the lease. I think there's some very good things in here to protect the county. It is a triple net lease, which means that the tenant is going to take care of most expenses, although the county will still be responsible for structure and HVAC, which is very common with a triple net lease. There is a waiver of liability provision that protects the county from certain types of claims. There's also an indemnification provision where the tenant is going to indemnify the county. And there is a waiver of subrogation provision, which means that if somebody makes a claim and it's paid by the tenant's insurance, that insurance company can't come back against the county. So there are, I think, some very good provisions in there. I agree with the public comment. I think this is a win-win for the county.
Other comments?
I'd like further clarification on a triple net lease. I've never heard of a triple net lease. At least my experiences being in business, triple net lease means that the tenant pays for everything, including HVAC.
Well, it is defined more clearly in here, but it is not unusual for, when it says triple lease, you're talking about taxes, insurance, and maintenance.
Correct.
To limit maintenance to routine maintenance, as opposed to structural issues, which typically would be the landlord's responsibility.
Again, my experience is typically that is not the
HVAC will
case.
see either way. Sometimes it's the tenant's responsibility, sometimes the landlord.
Commissioner Brand's here, he might be able to speak to that.
Well, while he's coming to the podium, I would like to comment that if the certified area does happen to get resurveyed, remeasured, that the new certified area does get brought back to council as just information only, because that does adjust the rent payment.
I understand. So a triple net lease in commercial terms in the spirit of this lease agreement means that the tenant will pay what the landlord would normally pay in terms of property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. That's about as high level as I can explain it. So in this particular lease, they're responsible for everything with exception of what Councilman Hughes explained. So it puts the burden of maintenance, property taxes, and insurance on the tenant. It's called a NNN, a triple net lease.
So Commissioner, I should have asked you this earlier, but this is a for-profit entity, not a nonprofit.
It is a for-profit entity,
So then
and the
there will
county
be
will be
tax-
receiving lease payments for it, and they will be responsible for the property taxes.
There'll be new property taxes generated on the property.
That's
Very good.
correct.
Thank you.
Further questions or comments regarding the
Yeah, I do want
resolution?
to comment on the back. As much as I'd love to sign this twice, Brad is missing from the signature portion.
We do have, that, and
Correct.
the date should be the 18th. Mr. Kantz's name should have 2 T's. So we've got some, what was the right word you used earlier as far as Scrivener's errors
Okay.
that we are. Bill, would you like for your signature to say Bill or William? Because that is also included in those.
Doesn't matter.
Just area.
Either way.
Those are not vital to the
Okay.
lease at hand. Further comments or questions regarding the resolution? All right, hearing none, roll call, please.
Ms. Flanagan.
Yes.
Mr. Hughes.
Yes.
Mr. Mokel.
Yes.
Mr. Bookout.
Yes.
Ms. Piper.
Yes.
Mr. Cantz.
Yes.
Mr. Wyatt.
Yes. All right, thank you all. Moving on to appointments and committee reports. Matt, you had job description compensation committee you would like to have on the agenda?
Yeah, although I don't have a ton to report just yet because we are meeting this afternoon on the salary ordinance. The section 7 changes I mentioned earlier. I have gotten from HR an outline of the new PI form, the personal information form process. We'll review that with Ed's office on that and payroll, make sure those are cleaned up. The job description and compensation committee, for changes to job descriptions, for adds to new jobs, that require a new description. We're gonna shift that a little bit and make it so that HR is managing that initial review and creation of the job descriptions and the compensation components. He'll bring that to our committee for review when necessary, and then that'll get approved by the broader council, as has been the case currently. We just want to put that in writing into part of the process for filling vacant positions, and so we're going to work through some of that today. That's really the only update I have right now.
Alrighty, thank you. The Delaware County Redevelopment Commission asked to have a moment to speak, so if you ladies would like to come forward, please.
Good morning, Council. Amber Green. I'm the president of the Delaware County Redevelopment Commission. Throughout the year, we've been giving updates, I think somewhere around quarterly. I think I was here in June or July, so I have an update for what the commission has done since I was here last. We've assisted Yorktown with a drainage project near Kamak. If you have ever been out there in the past, you will know that that area floods terribly. That was something that took multiple months coming before us, and we were able to assist their town manager, Chase Bruton, and that project is currently underway. We assisted County Highway with funding for paving of Fusen Road. There was a proposal by the city for an interlocal agreement with a 12-acre site that was donated to the city by Ball State University. It is a housing development for 42 homes that will all be valued at $450,000 plus. They were asking the commission to go in a drawdown approach equal to the Muncie Redevelopment Commission, and we did agree to do that. That was a $407,200 commitment, and we are last in that project. It's slated to begin sometime in the spring of 2026. So that was one of my personal favorites. I think bringing housing out into the county and the city is beneficial, and having both of us work together was great. We finalized an interlocal agreement with Daleville. Some of you may be aware that a couple years ago, the Redevelopment Commission signed over the control of the Daleville TIF to the town of Daleville, with not a lot of foresight being involved there. So we have a new interlocal agreement with Daleville to retain 20% of that TIF for the county for when the redevelopment commission is doing county-wide projects, and we spread the cost amongst various TIFs. So we will be retaining 20% of that, and then Daleville will have the 80% after other commitments are made throughout the year. We gave $30,000 to the Muncie Delaware County Senior Center for water damage and roof repair. And the last thing that we just approved in invoices at our meeting last week, if you remember correctly, we had an interlocal agreement with the city of Muncie to expand the boundaries of the Make My Move program. That originally was just the city limits, and we expanded it to any Muncie address within Delaware County. We have moved 4 movers because of that expansion. So we paid the city for that expansion, and all of those movers purchased homes as opposed to renting, whereas previously, before we had this interlocal agreement, we were sitting right around a 92% rental rate with Make My Move. So now we're seeing more home purchases. But that's the update I have. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer.
Thank you.
Questions or comments? Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Well,
Mr. Cantz, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, while we're talking about appointments, we do want to remind folks, if they're interested in applying for any of our open board appointments, that they'll want to get in contact with, do we have a specific email address we're using? Okay. Okay, so it's all on our website, if you're interested.
Thank you for that, Jessica. Mr. Cantz, I said the IT.
Yeah,
Maybe
just
you'd like to talk.
real quick, we have been working through the Google Workspace trial with a handful of departments. Thank you for those that have been joining some of the calls, update calls. We're working with Google now to try to get an updated proposal for 2026. Couple goals associated with that. Obviously, expansion of tools available to county employees to use for, through Google that we don't currently have today through Microsoft. Google, just on paper, has, much more options for tools to be utilized internally at a lower cost than Microsoft Office 365, which we haven't really moved to yet. But the biggest one is around our Exchange server, our email server, which is going to require an expansion of size. It's outdated. It needs to be upgraded, and probably poses some other challenges that I'm not even really aware of. But moving to Google would also get us off of that physical server and put our mail out into the cloud. So we are reviewing that. There's been no contract established, nothing planned yet, and even if something were to be established, it would be a transition over the course of the next 12 months that would probably occur. So just giving an update on where that stands.
All righty, thank you. Any other committees like to give a report? All right, hearing none, moving on to old business. The county line of credit. Treasurer Polk, you have some information to present to us?
Good morning, Brad Polk, treasurer. So we have, I've basically done some research and back research on some of this. I spoke with Councilperson Piper the other night on this as well as some of the other Finance Committee members. And with this, I got from the bank, it was Star Financial Bank, that it should be basically, once we make application, it would be a 2 to 4 week process to do this. There is a cost involved, initial application cost, somewhere between $2,000 and $4,000, depending on how much we borrow or how much we want the line of credit to be. And so I'm guessing we just need to figure out, do we go ahead and do it now and incur the cost and we might not need it? Or do we wait and see where we are 6 months into the next year, see how much we need, because that's going to determine the initial cost. And then the only other cost would be, the interest that we incur during the time that we have, that we borrow the money for. And it's only on the amount that we borrow. So if we have a $3 million limit and we only do $1 million, we're only paying interest on the $1 million. So, I guess just kind of looking, wanting to see what you guys want, the council wants to do, on this, and then I can move forward on that. We can work through it, see what kind of limit we need, what kind of line we need on that, and we can go from there.
So to be clear, this is for emergency line of credit.
Yes.
This is not required. We were just, this was discussion during budget on
Right.
Having it available. God forbid that we actually need it. So,
Right.
and then I had asked you kind of, what are the criteria for what amount we would want to have a line of credit available? Is it, to cover payroll for, a month? Is it, what that margin is? You said it's probably between 2 and 3 million
Yeah.
would be a good number.
I would think so. I can't imagine, we would need much more than that. I mean, I don't think that, to do an 8 million, it's going to double the cost probably, initially. And it's on the review, it's probably going to be an additional week.
Those
or so.
fees associated with that, are there's like closing fees basically?
It's closing fees and for them to get, obviously they're taking their money that they're making money on. And so that's going to be where.
Is Star the only one we would bid that out to?
I have had talks with First Merchants. And those are the only two, because those are the two local banks that my office uses.
Okay.
And basically it's about the same. Merchants is a little higher up front.
Okay.
Cost.
I think it's valid.
Are going to be about the same.
Sorry. I think it's valid to, that question of when
Yes.
is really what you're asking.
Right. I mean, if we determine, say in August, that we need something, it would probably be actually, we would need to get started on that the month before that.
Yeah.
And what they are requesting, is cash statements, and then also this year's, 2026 budget. They want to kind of see where we are at.
And is the term open-ended in terms of how long we can keep it?
Most of those are 5-year, and then they review it after 5. But I can double check on that to see exactly what the terms. I have a meeting actually with Star Bank at 11 o'clock today, so I can ask that.
May I? Just to give you an idea where we were at, right before advanced draw.
Tell us who you are.
Oh, I'm sorry. Tanya Dunsmore, Chief Deputy Auditor. Where we were at cash balance wise, you guys like to keep a $6 million cash balance on hand in order to cover everything. Before the advanced draw, we had a payout. We had a departmental 2-week claim payout plus a payroll. Both hit, and it took us to 3.9. So just to give you a rough idea, we did advanced draw. That deposited within 3 days, I think.
This is since the beginning of November.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So within the last couple
But
weeks.
prior to the advanced draw, making the deposit,
Yeah.
into what
We were
our
down.
portion is, we were at 3.9
'Cause
after
at the
both
end of
those.
October, it says we were down about 5.5. So
Well, the first week of November, those two big things hit.
gotcha. Okay.
Comments, questions, discussion from council?
Seems ironic to me that we passed a budget and I know we had some discussion in regards to getting a line of credit, but it was my opinion, for what it was worth, that I thought that the council was very comfortable in passing the budget and seemingly did not think that we needed at that particular point in time any need. We didn't have any need for this line of credit. So I guess maybe a little more clarification if I could, please.
We're just getting information
I
at
think
this
it was just
point.
informational gathering that some of the council members asked for.
Yeah.
I think we were in agreement, I'll speak for you in this case, that we are against getting a loan and paying interest. You and I are.
Well, I mean, you know, we're having this discussion, so obviously there must be some thought of the possible need. I'm just, again, asking for more comments from the council.
Well, I'll just speak for myself, which was not having that available emergency fund. If, you know, we do keep a cash balance, we are cash clear in terms of covering our expenses for 2026 as it appears on paper today. However, we have almost zero emergency fund money available. So I know, in speaking to Don and others, I mean, we have, you know, buildings in disrepair. We've got other factors that could occur that, you know, from a emergency standpoint could rear up. So that this was more of a fallback need or a fallback request to just have available. Again, the timing is probably, you know, the question in my mind, because we, you know, our 2027, 28, you know, component, we don't know what's going to be happening with any of that. So this was more for, again, if the roof caved in, you know, what would we do? Basically, we'd have to go borrow money probably. So what's that require? And is it something that we could cover in an emergency? So that was just my thought from several months ago when we were talking about this. And then we asked Brad to review it. How much is it going to be? What can we get? What should we look at? That's the information he's trying to provide today.
And I'll agree, it doesn't hurt to have this in our, you know, our information that it is available, and going through the legwork he did to have it available.
I mean, the timing is what he said. I mean, it's a 30-day process. So God forbid something happens, you know, having it now or in, you know, the next few months or next year or whatever, from a timing standpoint, wouldn't be the worst thing.
I guess
I was surprised we didn't have one, to be honest with you. If nothing else, just from having it available.
And I guess looking at it from what Tanya just said, I would think that if something major hit, we would have enough money to cover it, could apply for it then, have the 30 days grace period.
Right.
So I wouldn't think we'd want to apply for it till the emergency happened, because I think we have enough in our to cover it for the 30 days, in my opinion, at this point. Subject to change, obviously.
I mean, I think as a council and sitting on finance, we're really paying attention to those numbers and those balances. So I think we would know in ample time if we're getting to that point. I hate to do something and not need it, but if we see a trend, then we have the information now to make those decisions. So I thank you for the additional
You're
info.
welcome. One other thing that I would probably suggest is to go ahead and get the data to them to where they have the budget, they have the cash statement. That way we're not, trying to get that to them. Let them go ahead and not get started. That way it's not costing us anything. I don't want to spend out $2,000 to $4,000 and then we not need it. I mean, every dollar counts. I mean, and so, but if we can get some of the preliminary stuff to whomever's going to do, whichever bank is going to do it.
That wouldn't be any cost to us, so.
That wouldn't be any cost.
I'm not against that.
Okay, so I will just need to get with Ed and
the rest of the
the
council would
auditor's
have to
office
speak.
and get that.
Bill, Brad, do you have comments, discussion?
My comment is that, thank you, Brad, first for gathering the information.
Sure.
I think balances in the TIF districts are like over $20 million. Annual bond payments are between 4 to 7 million out of those accounts. So there is ability, if there was an emergency, that we could work with the County Redevelopment Commission to do something and not cost the county money to borrow. So that's my immediate thought. I don't think this is necessary to do. Second thought is I'm not a fan of Star Bank. I know the County Redevelopment Commission had worked with them prior on a bond issuance, and they denied an early payoff that would save the county potentially, Eugene, you were on the board at that time, save the county potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars. And so I would prefer First Merchants over Star Bank just due to a previous relationship issue there, but for the county, on the county's behalf. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
Bill, do you have any comment?
I agree with Brad. And I wonder too, if are there any short-term funding sources through the state of Indiana? Or are we limited to go through a private bank?
Pretty much, we're limited, yeah. I mean, if we wanted to do a bond, then you have the Indiana Bond Bank, but, other than that, there's really not any.
No provision for short-term borrowing.
Right, right.
Thank you.
What is council's thoughts on the treasurer's request to send information to bank or banks?
I don't have a problem. It's public record anyway.
Right.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that, but it was a little enlightening what Brad just said, that there's money we could probably exchange for a while. But
And I would agree
still-
that, in my opinion, I don't think we need to go ahead and apply and spend the money to have the line of credit, but it is good to have all this information in our pockets, so that way we know how long it takes, what it's gonna cost, and if there is an emergency, we do have at least the avenue there.
Right.
Okay.
Does that give you enough to go forward, Brad, with what
Yes,
you're
yes,
asking?
yeah.
Okay.
I can, send that out to both banks that we use locally, here. I mean, all the tax money goes into Star, all the checking accounts and all that is merchants. So, I mean, that's why I picked, those are the two local ones we work with, so.
Alrighty, thank you, Brad.
All right,
Thank you, Brad.
you're welcome.
I don't have any other old business on the agenda. Does anybody else have any to bring forward? I have no new business. Anybody else? Alright, moving on to public comment. Carrie, do you know if anybody signed up out there? If you would look, please.
Mr. Yitzer was the only one.
Rick, would you like time to speak again?
Yes. Again, Rick Yenser, newsman, author. I saw a gathering last week with Larry DeBoer, the economist from Purdue that's an expert on taxes. And he had some revelations about what this government did or what the legislature did to local government and public schools. He seemed to think that this Senate bill, and I got DLGF numbers that show it, I don't think you're going to lose anything until maybe 27. And then I listened to some lawmakers up in Fort Wayne not too long ago who said we're going to change it anyway. And you just said that you had 3.9 million in cash. You got 20 million in tip. When you're spending money on high-end housing, that sounds like socialism to me, but it's really socialism when you're paying people to come live here. But regardless of that, Larry DeBoer had a couple of revelations that Senate bill helped the rich, but it punished the poor, that people with housing that's below value might have to pay more than the rich that already pay, a token if they've got a $500,000 or $1 million home. I would suggest that you read what DeBoer wrote on that tax bill and then pay attention here to what lawmakers are going to do, because as I know, government's got money. They got all the money in the world. They've got our money. And just with taxes here lately, the noise I get from people on social media is that it's the assessment. It doesn't matter what you spend or what you do. It's a matter of what the assessor increases the value of property, both land and personal property every year. That's what's killing this community, along with too many not-for-profits that don't pay property taxes. I just found the other day another big property downtown, the old commercial club where Jack's Camera operated years ago, has been bought by a not-for-profit. So maybe you should do something about that, along with the biggest employers in town that don't pay taxes, property taxes, the hospital and the university. And thank you for your time.
Thank you. Anyone else from the public would like to speak? All right, seeing none, comments from council?
I'd like to thank Matt for all the work he's put into the salary and the effort that he's done. It's yeoman's effort, and Eugene and
everybody.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Have a great Thanksgiving. I mean, it's gonna be here before you know it, which is crazy.
Well, everybody is being thankful and spending time with family. Just keep Corporal Reynolds' family in mind and the entire sheriff's department and all of our public safety officials, because you know they're going to be out there missing time on Thanksgiving Day.
Yep.
I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Flanagan.
Yes.
Hughes.
Yes.
Vogel.
Yes.
Bookout.
Yes.
Plager.
Yes.
Scanlon.
Yes.
Wyatt.
Yes.